This is gonna be a shorter episode.
But why y'all got to lie?
I'm hyped. Yes. Refreshing. What you about to do? Go harass a black person? Ooh. Did I strike a nerve? Speaking the truth, isn't going anywhere. Oh, they did a peach me, baby.
Watch this magic trick, y'all. Look.
The girl getting around the block. Okay, I have been places at a young age, as well as not when I say young, I'm not talking about like a child. And they're always posting like events. Literally, it was like a switch. Like that's when the real shit started to happen.
Oh, the ghetto.
What am I talking about today? That would be helpful. So I pulled down my curtains and we're going to do it this way. Like I said before, your girl's still trying to figure everything out. So bear with me. Please. And thank you. I know. You're probably like, damn, the mic isn't going anywhere. No, the mic isn't going anywhere. Oh. Let me vent before I start the actual podcast recording for audio. Y'all, I should have took my chicken out earlier. I see why black mamas be getting mad. I should have took my chicken out earlier. The shit ain't thawed out yet. And I'm hungry. What is that? Alright. What am I talking about today? That would be helpful. I really don't know what I'm talking about today. Okay. The way that you're walking, the way that you're talking, body on mine. Alright, here we go. Beyonce, you look like Luther Vandross. 1, 2, 3. What's up, everybody? It's your girl Angie, back with another episode of On the Rocks podcast, baby. I'm hyped. I'm hyped because I'm learning, you know? I'm hyped low-key because this episode is a little bit more fun than the last one. That last one, ooh, almost took a girl out. Almost made me not even want to, you know, do it again. That was a lot. That really was a lot. And once I got finished doing it, I was like, ooh, I hit it from the back. Nah, I'm just playing. But I really was like, ooh, I can't believe I just said that. And then I was like, ooh, I can't believe I just said that. You know, it's good to talk about these things. But we're not going to have so much of a heavy topic this time. But just best believe next week, the next episode is definitely coming. That one might be worse than the one. That one might be worse than the one we did for the last episode. I'm going to give you a sneak preview. Not a sneak preview, but I'm going to tell you what word it started with. It started with a D. And I ain't talking about dick. Alright? So, I'm kind of scared. But anyway, let's get into today's episode. Today we are going to be talking about navigating moving to a new city or a new state. Anybody who knows me knows a girl getting around the block. Okay, I have been places at a young age, as well as not when I say young, I'm not talking about like a child. I want to say, you know, when I got in my teens up until, you know, an adult, I've been in areas, and I feel like I've developed a lot of skills and, you know, understanding to help people that might be moving to a new place, in a new city or a new state. So that's what we're going to talk about today. But before we get into the episode talking about the specific ice topics, we got to do our what's in the cup, baby. Okay, you know, Pink Solo Cup. I hope that they run across my podcast one day and want to like sponsor your girl. Because I love solo cups. And New York is being mad disrespectful right now, so I apologize if you hear the sirens. I literally have been waiting the entire day to film, and I was just like, oh, it's kind of getting a little bit late. So the noise has stopped a little bit, but it's still like not the best. So I do apologize. Hey, this is real life, authentic New York living right here. So for those that want to live in New York, it's always popping. It's always something going on. But anyway, so the what's in the cup that is spilling all over me because the ice has melted. I did a peach me baby. That's the name of it. The peach me baby cocktail. Hold on, let me take a sip. Yes, refreshing. This is a whirlwind drink. Y'all know, since I'm the bootleg bartender, I like to just throw random stuff in there, and it just works really, really well. Obviously, because your girl might be twisted with a capital T.
I used to drink a lot, but then I called 1-800-995. I drink a lot, and I drink a little. You know.
I drink a little.
What's up, y'all? It's your girl Angie back with another video. Don't forget, I'm not a professional. I'm the bootleg bartender. Today we are going to be making a peach me baby. Peach me baby. Peach me baby. Yeah. So let's get into it. So these are the friends at the table, all right? Watch this magic trick, y'all. Look, look, look at that. So I just dropped one of my cute little ice balls in there, and I'm going to take the Peach Bellini Bailey's cocktail mix and just use the rest of it. I think it's about half left. So just pour that into your glass. Once you have done that, you want to pour in some of your vodka in there, and you only need just a little bit, so just a splash or so of the vodka. Then we want to grab our JD, Jack Daniels, and pour some of that into the cup. We want to get a little bit more heavier. Then I'm just taking some frozen peaches. I did have them sit out a little bit, probably like for 10 minutes or so before I started to make the drink. So I just poured some or placed some in the glass, and then I'll do the rest later on. But now I'm moving on to the Crown. So we'll open up that joint and get it popping. I am a Crown girl. I love Crown, and I'm so happy they came out with this peach flavor. I love it. So you just pour that over top of everything else, and now you can see the Bellini start to really melt. Yeah. Okay. We almost there. We almost there. Since this is something I created, you know, gotta have a little bit of a secret ingredient. So just a splash, okay, of some lemonade on the top. You know, real simple, nothing too crazy. Put the rest of the peaches in like that. Bow, drop it down, and you can really start to see that peach Bellini daiquiri mix start to melt, and you just want to take your straw and just stir it all up together. And there you have your peach me baby, y'all. It was so bomb. So enjoy. Bye, y'all.
I'm a Crown girl for real. Like, you know that Crown is my thing. I love it. Oh, speaking of Crown, I used to get teased by my friends and stuff. You know, check your friends, because sometimes they ain't loyal. They be hating on the low. I wasn't really like a makeup person, and I still really am not, because I don't know how to do any of that stuff really good. So I I didn't have a makeup bag. I used to have my Crown. You know, the Crown comes in like these bags, and I used to use that for my makeup bag, and they used to talk shit about me all the time, like, oh my god, you got your crown bag, blah blah blah. They some haters. Anyway, like many of the drinks that I make, it's a sneak attack drink, meaning it can sneak up on you at any time, so be careful. All right, now that we got that out the way, let's go ahead and dive into the ice topics that we will discuss today. So the overall topic is navigating moving to a new city or a new state, but let's dive into that a little bit more. So the first ice topic is doing your research, checking it out. What is it about? The second one is getting to know the area. It's always important to know your surroundings. What do you have that will serve as a benefit to you where you will live, or like how close it will take you, how far it will take you to get to certain places. And then last but not least, meeting new people. It's always fun to meet new people in the places that you move to. So let's go ahead and jump into the first ice topic, which is, they better stop, which is doing your research. Sometimes we don't really get the opportunity to do our research that much, but I definitely want to say, like, if you have an opportunity to visit before you move, I definitely think that that's a good thing to do. But sometimes it doesn't work that way. Sometimes we as people, for whatever reason, we won't have we may not have the ability to go in and kind of scope out the location of where we're going to. We're just placed there, which is completely understandable, right? But then sometimes sometimes you do have enough time, especially if it's something that you are like having a lot of control over. Like for me, I'm in New York City right now, but I know New York City is not my forever place. So eventually when I move to another location, I want to do my research and figure out if where I want to move is really where I need to be, or where it's a good fit. So when I say do your research, see if you can maybe Google the area, look up some of the recent reports in terms of articles. Hold on, y'all, I gotta pause this because I don't know what's going on outside. I really don't. Okay, and here we are. Definitely rolling my eyes at NYPD. Like, could you not do that? Like, what you about to do? Go harass a black person? Ooh. Did I strike a nerve? Speaking the truth. Okay, anyway, look up maybe a news article, news video, recent reports to see how things are in the area, whether it's some positive stuff or whether it's some negative stuff, where they robbing people, shooting people, like and I'm not saying like it can't happen even if you do the research and that's not the case, where stuff like that comes up and then you move there and it happens. I'm not saying that you're not going to experience that, because shit happens sometimes, and things are out of our control as people. So there's a possibility wherever you move that you could definitely be a part of that. So, but it's always good to just try and do your research. Also, just if you know where you might want to live exactly, check out those reviews. If you're living in an apartment specifically, see if their tenants, current tenants, previous tenants, talking about their experience. I know for me, like, I've spent a lot of my time in apartments, and ultimately, of course, I will move into my own place, place being a house. But I definitely have done some research on reviewing places that I was interested in, to see like if it's really something for me. That is definitely one of my top things that I would suggest that you do if you're thinking about moving somewhere. Also, most importantly, what's in your area? Like, what is it that is around? And we'll dive more into that when we get to the getting to know your area, but that's part of your research as well. So don't really just focus solely on where exactly you're living in terms of like an apartment or a house or something. You really want to research the area in its entirety. So just not even looking at maybe things related to things happening on your street, but try to like expand. Maybe it's a couple of more blocks, or maybe it's a whole mileage or something. Really be broad as well as narrow, to get the full effect of where you're gonna move into. I think that's really all I have for doing your research. I would like to move into the next ice topic of getting to know the area. Oh man, I think it's important. Like I said, if you have the opportunity to visit where you want to go, I would recommend you visit twice, in the daytime and the nighttime. When I was trying to find a place in upstate New York, I was in this area. It's so funny. My mom was with me. We were looking for a place for me to stay for my new job that I just got out of college, and we found this place. I'm not gonna say it because people really get uptight about their hood and stuff. But we found this place, and we went during the day, and everything looked good. Like, I was happy about it. The area was like popping. It was cute. It was like a mix of races and stuff, and I was just like, oh yeah, I could see myself here, living in this area. But we also stayed in a hotel in that area that night, because we really wanted to maximize our visit. We didn't want to just go up there and turn around and come back to DC. So we stayed in a hotel that night, and then literally it was like a switch. Like, that's when the real shit started to happen.
The ghetto. The ghetto.
It was like non-stop police cars riding up and down the street for hours at a time. You heard people yelling. It was just so much commotion, and I was just thinking to myself, I was like, I don't think this is the right fit for me anymore. Like, I was just so happy based on what I saw throughout that day, but really started to see more truth to the actual location and possibly what my experience would be like living in that area when it came to sundown and later on to the night. And then we just looked at each other and we just shook our head and we were like, nah.
What the hell we gonna do now?
This ain't it. Like, nah, this ain't the one. This ain't the one, girl. So there was no need for any further discussion. We were both aligned on that. And then somebody might say, girl, you living in New York City now. What you mean, like, commotion? I mean, like, that was a different type of commotion. Like, it was like a lot of unnecessary commotion, like, all the time. Here, it's a different type of commotion in New York City. Like, the loud conversations, the sirens, the music. It's different. It makes me feel better. I enjoy it. I don't mind it, except for when I'm trying to do my goddamn podcast. But I don't mind it, or except for when I'm really, really tired and I'm trying to go to sleep. But that's one of the sacrifices that you make. That is one of the sacrifices that you make. And I think that the commotion is a little bit more crazier now because everybody has been cooped up in the house for months and months. And people are going a little mad. So, you know, it is what it is. Another thing to do, let's just say when you move to a new city or a new state, or like as you're moving, take a look around at how far the hospital is, how far the police station is. I mean, not that they really give a fuck about us, but still, you know, from an emergency aspect, see how far those things are from where you're supposed to be staying. Because you know, in the instance that something happens, like I mentioned before, things do happen, a lot of things that we don't have any control over. You want to make sure that you don't have to go so far out to get help, or you don't have to, you want to make sure you don't have to go around, you know, go so far to people that come in to help. You don't have to come from, you know, further places. So just be mindful of that. And then also from like a health aspect, you know, see how far some doctors and stuff might be away from you. So all of that plays a part in it as well. And then, you know, just basic stuff like, I think for me, I love nature. So maybe how far is a park from you, or things that you can do for fun. You know, how far is a bar, a good like the good restaurants. Just see how that kind of navigates in your surroundings. And then that can ultimately, on the flip side, for people that aren't interested in things like that pertaining to like the bar or the club, and maybe they really just want to be away from everything, that is a part of getting to know your area, and that is a part of doing your research as well. Because if you know that you're a person that loves being at the house and you don't really like being around that many people, definitely take a look at that in your area. And if you know that your apartment is right next to a bar, or right next to, you know, a popping restaurant or something, then maybe that's not where you want to live. So just be mindful of your personality, what makes you happy, your interests, your dislikes, and really try to navigate accordingly. And then also, like, and this is probably more so when you moved into the area. For me, example, New York is very, very expensive. And I struggled with that moving here. Everybody knows that New York is expensive, but it hits a little bit different once you're in it. So I was just like, oh my God, the stuff that I'm used to paying X, Y, and Z amount on, it's like hella expensive for no damn reason. So I had to be strategic in, you know, places that I would go and buy things, or if it would just be cheaper for me to buy it online, or if it was cheaper for me to, if I'm at my mom's house, stockpile some shit and bring it back to New York when I came back. So you have to think about what's going to work best for you. Not every place is going to be the go-to place to get some things. Maybe you have to break things up. I know for me, sometimes it was just easier for me to get like my groceries when I went grocery shopping. It would be good for me to get my vegetables and fruits and stuff directly from the grocery stores around my house. But if I wanted like snacks and stuff, I probably would do better at like Target or something. It'll be more cheaper at Target than the local grocery store. Because like, I'm thinking off the top of my head, because I don't know why I'm craving some Oreos, but Oreos be like $6-7, and you be like, what the fuck is going on? $6-7. For how many? And it'd be one pack. It don't even be like a family pack. It'd just be like the regular pack. So it's just small things like that. Just pay attention to the prices. So even in your visit, oh my god, sorry y'all, I can't right now. I can't. I'm gonna have to film this in the wee hours of the night, like this, and I can't even do it at the wee hours of the night. I'm getting upset. I got it one more time and I'm just shut this shit down completely. That really made me mad. God bless whoever they're trying to get to, but god damn, did y'all have to go this route? I'm sorry, Lord, that was not right. That was not right to say at all. Anyway, child. Yeah, so when you're visiting, also pop into, you know, some of the grocery stores, some of the stores in your locations, and then really try to see how things are price wise. If it's an area that you know that you have to live in, then at least you can be prepared of how to navigate your finances once you fully move to that location. These are just some helpful These are some helpful tips that I can share because I've experienced this, especially living in different type of locations, you know, city as well as rural areas. And then I'm trying to be even more frugal and financially savvy with my money. I've always really had that good framework. Shout out to my mama. So you know, I'll be aware of prices, and I'm not like an impulsive buyer, so I pay attention to a lot of stuff like that, and I'm just flagging it as a helpful tip for those that are moving to a new place. You know, get your money right. What's happening, y'all? Wait, hold on. What? Sorry y'all, I don't know what's going on with my throat, but it's taking me out right now. I can't. All right, anyway, moving on. Last topic. This is gonna be a shorter episode,
But why y'all got to lie?
one, I don't even know how long I've been talking because the whole outside noise is just throwing me off. But the last episode, no girl, what? The sneak attack. The last ice topic is meeting new people. Oh, it's always fun to meet new people. And I'm just speaking on somebody that is outgoing and like, I'm a low-key people person, but I also love my space. So I don't have a hard time meeting people in new locations and new spaces and stuff. But for those that move places and maybe just want to get out, meetup.com has always been such an amazing site for me. And it's not like a dating site or anything. It's just everybody has these different groups and they're always posting like events. When you get into a group, or you find a group that you find fits you well, you join it. The admin people, or even the actual attendees of the group, or participants of the group will post events. They will say like, hey, I'm going to lunch, or you know, this is coming up, does anybody want to join me? I have an extra ticket, is anybody available? So you know, stuff like that helps, because especially if you're moving to a completely new city where you know nobody, I mean nobody at all, in the beginning you're just really getting acclimated to the city, to the state, right? But eventually you want to branch out and try new things. You want to, you know, take advantage of an opportunity to go to a new restaurant, go to a new museum, a new bar, etc. And sometimes people aren't like me where they do things on their own. Sometimes you want people, and meetup.com, I haven't been using it recently, I mean even before the pandemic, but I want to say I started using it in 2016 when I moved to upstate New York. And I've been the last time I stopped, I mean I think I stopped 2018, so I've been using it for some time, and I've met some people on there. I met really good people from my network circle, for friends as well as for a professional network. So there's so many different groups on there. Like I'm telling you, it's so overwhelming how many opportunities there is for you to engage with people. And even in the instance that you're not comfortable just jumping ship and meeting with the group or meeting with somebody directly, you can message them, you can talk to them and get to know them, and you know, move accordingly on how you feel. But man, meetup.com is the shit. Whoever came up with that, you the GOAT, because it's just amazing. I've been in groups, black young professionals, black young women, neo soul lovers, music lovers. They're always posting like new songs. They always got, I mean, I'm a concert person, so I'm hip to all that shit even before everybody. But for those that maybe not, they may not be aware of what's going on, they're always posting like the concerts and stuff. So, and then people have tickets, so they'll be like, yo, I got an extra ticket, who's down? So it's just so many things that you can do, and so many people that you can meet in your area. You can even do it like outside of your area. Say you went somewhere for the weekend or whatever, like it's just there, but really a helpful tool to meet people in your area. Another thing is Eventbrite. I use Eventbrite all the time. You know, search what you're interested in. There are so many events in cities and states and stuff. You can use it as an opportunity to get out, meet new people, engage, understand your area a little bit better. Eventbrite is good because it not only picks up on like true events, it'll also pick up on like block parties, community gatherings. So you know, sometimes people aren't privy to that if they just move to a location. I know in Harlem, when I first moved here, I didn't really know anybody. I didn't have anybody to say, hey girl, this is what's happening around the city this weekend. I utilized Eventbrite. Eventbrite would tell me about the block parties happening, the community gatherings. So a lot of that can help you at least get out and explore your area some more, and ultimately it can help you in your quest to meet new people. But I feel like I'm kind of talking to those that are outgoing, because I don't know what it is. I can't speak on those that aren't outgoing, so I don't know how they will go about, you know, doing things. Maybe fly your friends out for the weekend or something. Like I don't know what that's like. No shade, I really just don't know what that's like. I've always been the type of person, like, if I want to go somewhere, I'm gonna go. I don't care. I don't need nobody to go with me. And when I go places by myself, it doesn't feel awkward to me because, you know, majority of the time I'm gonna engage with somebody, talk to somebody, get to know somebody. So yeah. And then also Google, like, Google shit, Google stuff, Google things that you're interested in your area, and I promise you'll be surprised at how many things just pop up. And also, another useful tool for social media, utilize the hashtag. Put your area in, utilize the hashtag. A lot of people will post flyers for certain things in that area, and then you'll get to start to see more events. You'll get to start to see more people, and ultimately, you know, reach out if you feel comfortable and just build your network. You know, I'm an advocate all the time for building your network, engaging with people. It doesn't even have to be like crazy. Just meet and connect. You never know the impact that somebody can have on you, you know, and how they can play a really good role to help you out, or just, you know, shed light on certain things, help you learn, help you grow, shit, help you get a job. And a lot of people won't be able to move accordingly if they don't get out of that mindset of just being so siloed in their sense, or maybe just stick with their group. It's important to get out. It's important to network, and when I say network, choose really good people to be in your circle. Not no fuckery, buffoon dumbasses that don't do anything for you but just cause you stress and unnecessary headache. Like, if you start to see people in your circle and in your network that don't serve any benefit to you, bye. You gotta go. You have to go. You have to go right now. You have to get out. Get out of my house. But y'all, like I said, this is a real chill episode. Nothing crazy. I just know people are moving to different places now, and I just wanted to share, you know, valuable tips and things that I really could speak on, because I have lived. Let me walk you through where I've been, and then we'll just be done with this episode. Because I'm scared there's going to be Optimus Prime coming down the street next, and I'm going to really have to shut it down because I don't know what's happening. But like I mentioned before in my Meet Your Host video, I went to school at Winston-Salem State University, and I attended the Thurgood Marshall Leadership Institute. Ended up getting a job on the spot at Walmart, serving as their HR office manager for one of their warehouses in upstate New York. Went there, decided it wasn't for me. Boom. My mama let me come back home. She's so nice. But realistically, like, who want to live at home with their parents? So I stayed at home with my mom for a little bit. Started working still in HR. Went back to working in retail, but this time working in HR. And then the climate for retail has always been declining. I've been working in retail. I started working in retail when I was 14. So I was hip to the game. You know what I'm saying? I worked at my first retail job. Shit. What the fuck did y'all, I done had so many jobs. I think my first one was Kohl's. I think it was Kohl's. Yeah, Kohl's department store. I worked there for like almost 2 years. I worked at Justice. I love Justice. I worked at Saks Fifth Avenue. So I've been in different climates of retail. So yeah, worked at Lord & Taylor as an HR manager. You see what I'm talking about? That was Optimus Prime, okay? Worked at Saks and then Lord & Taylor, and then the climate for retail by then, it was like 2017, and a lot of stores weren't making it. A lot of them weren't making it, and I was like, I knew HR is what I wanted to do. You know, HR is my passion, right? But I don't know if I can stay in this industry, so I just started. I always knew I wanted to at least learn more about HR. Unfortunately, in undergrad, I wasn't able to get the concentration in HR, so I was just like, yo, I want to go back to school. I want to go back to school and get my master's. So I ended up getting into NYU. I was stuck between staying in DC, staying at home, and going to Georgetown because I got into Georgetown, or do I go back to New York, but this time New York City, and go to NYU? And NYU was my choice. So you know, so before I finished undergrad in Winston-Salem State, I was in Florida, Fort Myers, Florida, for a year. Really retirement type of feel. So I lived there on my own. So, you know, I was young then, so I navigated that. Then I moved to North Carolina, so I lived in North Carolina on my own. And then I moved upstate New York, lived there on my own, and now I'm in New York City living on my own. So I balance both the rural and the city life, so I can speak to the challenges and the changes. And it definitely comes with growth, right? I feel like I'm way more financially savvy than I was when I was in undergrad, living on my own. You know, back then I was wild with my money, reckless with my money. Now I'm like Mr. Krabs in this bitch. So not like Mr. Krabs though, because he was trying to play my man SpongeBob. He was trying to play my man SpongeBob. So now I ain't Mr. Krabs, and I'm not Cooney Cruz. I'm sorry, Terry Crews. I'm done, y'all. I'm done. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Like I said, it was fun. I'm having fun, light shit compared to the last one, but the next episode will be really, really tough for me. I hope that you guys stay with me and stay strong as we continue to navigate through the bullshit that we deal with as black people. So this year has been heavy. I'm in a fight with you. For those, I don't even know y'all to be in a fight with you. You know, I'm all for my people. I love my people so much. It's crazy. So if you're just going through it, just please stay strong. Please stay strong. I don't even know why I'm telling you this. I'm struggling myself, but you know, I don't know. But we'll get through it. We'll get through it and navigate accordingly. But I'm Angie. Don't forget the what's in a cup was the peach me, baby. It was good, right? I'm saying right like y'all over here drinking with me. Y'all should though. I said have a drink. Let's talk about something. Anyway, what's in my cup? What's in my cup was the peach Bellini daiquiri type thing from Dailies. Some ice, some vodka, just a little bit of vodka. Okay. Oh my God. My nails dirty. I'm sorry. A little bit of vodka, some Jack, and some Crown Royal Peach, and top it off with a little bit of lemonade. Just a little bit of lemonade, and you're good to go. I will see you in the next episode. If you're watching on YouTube, leave a comment, subscribe. If you're on Apple Podcasts, SoundCloud, Spotify, leave a review. Well, if you're on Spotify, leave a comment, because I don't think you can leave a review. But anyway, I will see you guys in the next episode. Don't forget, episodes uploaded every other Friday. Go ahead and check out the Instagram, The Bootleg Bartender. I am also doing that. I upload cocktail. Yeah, help! I upload cocktails every day. Y'all. Somebody take the mic. What the fuck am I talking about? I upload cocktails every Friday, so check out that if you guys get an opportunity. I will see you in the next video. Be safe. Sending peace and love. Bye, y'all.